Hi John, as I mentioned, just a quick little video summary of the footage we took of your putting stroke this evening with regard to the putters and things like that. I'm just going to forward you that over in a separate email, so you'll get that a little bit later, and just let me know your thoughts from there, and we'll take it from there. Just the one thing I wanted to speak about a little bit was the kind of the head movement that we touched upon a little bit. But if you just watch yourself during this stroke, there's something else I want to mention, but I'll just go with this first. It's kind of a reverse pivoty action, if you like, in the sense where your head sort of bobs a little bit this way on the way back and then reverse pivots its way back. So it's a little bit of excessive head movement, which just can result in a little bit of inconsistency. And when your head's sort of falling back this way, what tends to happen is your strike and your attack angle goes up a little bit, which is what we see in the Capto data. So as we roll it through, you can see how your head's just got a little tendency to fall, half an inch to the left. And then as we continue to work it through, if you watch it start working back the other way, so you can see that sort of, you keep your eye on the head movement that you get sort of forward to the target, then away from it on the way down. Just that little reverse pivot that has a little effect on attack angles, which can affect strike and affect a few other things. Other than that, pretty fundamentally sound. One more thing that I would just like to mention, I know you've been experimenting with toying around with getting the ball position back a little bit. If you take a line 90 degrees down from the tip of your nose there, it goes pretty much straight onto the ball. What I tend to like to see is, because the point of impact is at the back of the ball, I like to see that in line with there. So for me, if you're heading straight down from your nose, I'd like to see that ball just 3/4 of a ball to a ball further forward in your stance, so the moment of impact can be right at the bottom of your arc. And finally, the other little point I'd like to make, which refers back to the initial point we spoke about with your head bobbing around a little bit. Just want you to take note of width of stance a little bit. You are pretty narrow, so when you draw a line 90 degrees down your shoulder lines here, obviously your feet are quite significantly within that. So whereas if you look at Luke Donald, who's one of the better putters in the world, creates that sort of nice stable base for himself, which allows that stability in the stroke and stops him from, in my opinion, which is where this comes from with you, this sort of lateral movement of the head. Just having a slightly more stable base would probably help with that and help with consistency. But obviously getting you in a better length and a better weight of putter, which we're going to do, is going to help with that as well. So I will get on with creating you an email so you can make some decisions. Cheers, buddy.